Hey guys, it's Tech2 with another Sony Vegas tutorial. In this tutorial I'm going to be showing you how to mask, how to pan, and how to add text to your videos. It's very simple and it's still pretty basic, but it's a little more in-depth than just showing you around, so let's get to it. Alright, so you're going to want to open up your Vegas Pro 9.0 or 8.0, whatever you have. I don't know if it'll work for 8.0, but I'm pretty sure everything's basically the same. Okay, so I've already picked out a picture that I'm going to use for these things. So I'm just going to drag it down. Sorry, I think it's lagging. Yeah, okay. I'm just going to drag this picture down. I'll just delete these. Okay, well, okay, so now we have the picture. It's just a picture of a giraffe. It's really fat and it says McDonald's hits Africa. So let's say first I'm going to do panning. So to pan, at the end of your picture or video on the timeline, it'll have this little square and it'll say event pan / crop, and that's what the pan is. And let's say if you don't see it, that probably means that your picture or video is too short, like that. Just drag it out a little bit until you see it. So click on that and it'll bring you to this. Here are all your tools. Make sure that, well, you don't have to, but if you want to lock it so that if you drag down this, everything drags down, like all the corners, instead of just doing something like this, make sure that this is selected then. It's basically the aspect ratio of it. So when you take one corner, it takes all the corners, so that it doesn't get all weird with the shape. Okay, so let's say at the start of the video, we'll call that point A, and we'll call the ending video point B. So let's see at point A, you wanted it to just show McDonald's hits Africa and not the picture. You would just pan it so that, and actually for this, here. Yeah, for this, you're going to want to unselect it so that you can just get the McDonald's hits Africa. So let's say you wanted to just have this be on the video at the starting point. So you're going to want to click Create Keyframe, and then you're going to drag it to the end of the video, and you're going to drag this out to the corners. So now, here, I'll show you it. Now the video starts with McDonald's hits Africa, and then it slowly zooms out to the giraffe, the fat giraffe. And so that's just basic painting. You can obviously, be more creative with it. Maybe make it all loopy and pan everywhere and all crazy if you want. It's very easy to make it your own, but that's just the basic way of showing you how to do it. So now we're in here. So now I'm just gonna delete these keyframes so that it's in fact, I'll just delete the picture and drag it back down. So now it's just a picture again, normal picture. So now I'm just going to show you how to mask. You want to click Event Crop again, the same thing we did to pan it. And down here where it says Position, click on Mask, and you'll see that your tools change. Click on Anchor Creation Tool, and then you can zoom in. I'm just going to do a quick mask. It's going to suck, but you can obviously take more time into this, make it better. And obviously this isn't a very HD picture, so it's very pixelated. So it's going to be hard to get a very thin line of a mask. So it's better to have HD pictures because it makes it easier to see, the outline of the image than if it were to be pixelated, like this one. Alright, so I'm just going to get the basic outline of it. And then just click on the click on the original, the very first one you made, and that'll end it. So you can see it's a crappy mask, but it's you know, it masked out the draft, so the background is gone. So now that we have that, and you can also change it. So if you see here, it says mode positive. You can change that to negative, so it masks out the draft and keeps the background. Or you can change that to disabled and just masks out everything, but that's kind of retarded. So let's just say you wanted that. You can change the feathering, let's say both, and then we'll just up the feathering a little bit so that it's not so very, you know, hard lined. And let's say in. There, that looks better. So now the draft looks a little bit more, you know, well masked. And so we'll just keep it like that. And so that's basically how, you know, and let's say you want, and you could, this works for videos too. So let's say you wanted to make a video, you can mask out, but you'd have to mask out pretty much every frame if you're moving a lot, so it takes a lot longer, and you'd have to put more time into it. So I'm just gonna do the picture for the purpose of this video. But let's say at the by the 5 second line, you'd want the mask to mask out so it shows here. Let's say you want it to move so where it's like McDonald's. Here, I'll move that over there, and then by that time you'd want it to actually, you know what, here, I'm sorry about this, I'm just gonna, so let's say by the time it gets here, click here, one sec, that's weird, it's not, okay, well basically, you know, you can move it so that by the time it gets here, it's right here. And you can also change the mask. You know, you can change the shape of the mask so that it could like turn into a square while it was going around this text. So that's just basic masking. Now I'm going to show you how to add text to your video. So let's say the McDonald's Hits Africa text wasn't there, and so I'm just going to insert new video track, and so you wanted to add that. So, you know, I'm just gonna quick mask. So I'm just gonna mask out that, hit negative. Okay, so let's say it looked like that. I mean, obviously there'd be a background to it, but yeah. And you wanted to add text right there. You would go to right click the timeline and go down to insert text media, and it'll bring you to this. Let's just say you wanted to write McDonald's Hits Africa. And let's say you wanted to change the font size to 26. We'll do it here. 48 to 36. Alright. And then you wanted to change it to Birth of a Hero font. And we'll make it bold. And then let's say you wanted, then this is how you move it. So you move it right here. And then you go to properties. You can change the color of the text. So you want it to be like red or something. Sorry about that. And then effects, you can draw an outline so that it looks like that. So there's like a blur to it. And then you can make a shadow. So you can kind of change the shadow. It's black, so you can't really see it. And this is kind of weird. You can make it sheer, but it's kind of dramatic. I mean, it just doesn't look good, in my opinion. So let's say you wanted it like right there. Okay. So that's how you would add the text to your picture. And now it would be for the full picture. Obviously, you'd want there to be a background behind McDonald's Hits Africa. So you could always, you know, take, you can choose a random picture. and then you want to put that like right there, and you want it to look something like that. I mean, that looks retarded too, but you know what I mean. So you can just do basic stuff like that. And so yeah, that's my basic masking tutorial. Remember, you can request stuff. But yeah, just stay tuned for the next tutorial. It'll be another Sony based tutorial. And yeah, next tutorial will probably work on something like probably more video effects, maybe green screen. We'll see. So yeah, I hope you guys liked the video. Make sure you check out my channel. Subscribe if you like my videos. Comment, rate, whatever. And yeah, I'll see you guys later. Bye.